Hello, my name is Mateusz Dolata. I'm from the University of Zurich in Switzerland, and on behalf of my co-authors Moyi, Dzmitry, Katsiuba, and Gerhard Schwabe, I will be talking to you about our research on firefighters' perceptions on collaboration and interaction with autonomous drones. It is a field study that was conducted with real firefighters and firefighting brigades in Switzerland. Use of drones for firefighting has become a major topic in research and in practice. As you can see, the global firefighting drones market is predicted to grow significantly within the next few years. And what are drones used for? Well, on the one hand, aerial intelligence to identify whether there is a fire in a specific area, thermal imaging to identify the temperature of the fire and its surroundings, search and rescue to find victims or identify potential victims, and post-fire assessment to make sure that the fire was extinguished. There are two reasons for why drones are so relevant in practice. One is the fact that drones are simply much cheaper than helicopters or planes that have been used for similar tasks in the past. On the other hand, drones are much more safe than helicopters and planes. 1/4 of all accidents that happen during firefighting are related to aviation. And this, of course, caused many researchers to look at the topic. On the one hand, we have human-drone interaction research within the HCI, which deals with different modalities on how one can interact with a drone, be it autonomous or non-autonomous drones, for instance, when steering a drone. Then we have a lot of research within HCI, but also outside, on how drones can be applied in firefighting in general terms. So many of the researchers are looking at multi-drone applications and provide the evidence that they are actually extending the capabilities and make the firefighting easier or more effective. On the other hand, it's still an open question on how to allocate tasks between the drones and the humans and how to integrate drones in human teams. And then finally, there is of course a research on HDI in emergency response. And well, so far it's been shown that, they are actually improving emergency response, but there are many obstacles to make sure that the interaction works properly between the firefighters, the bystanders or victims, and the drone. And much of the research has been primarily using simulation scenarios or was relying on surveys and interviews. And there is still not enough research that really looks into realistic settings. Given this whole research, we decided to ask ourselves the following research question. What is the adequate design of an autonomous drone system to support firefighting emergency response? To answer this research question, we actually designed a scenario involving drones in which firefighters and drones collaborate to fight fire, extinguish fire in a specific situation. As you might see in these graphics, apart from the more traditional element of a firefighting scenario, like for instance, operation manager / commander, or the fire trucks and materials they are using, bystanders, and so forth, we introduce drones which have different roles. We have the so-called soldier drones, a speaker drone, a master drone, and we also introduced a new role, being drone officer, who is the person responsible for bridging between the commander or the operation manager and the drone. In the following, I want to present to you how this scenario actually worked out in the real world. It's important to notice, though, that it's not a real operation. It's an exercise that fire brigades has to take part in every half a year. Nevertheless, it's designed to be as realistic as possible because, of course, during those exercises, firefighters prepare for real operations. Please enjoy the video.
Multi-drone experiment from October 2022. Our team placed multiple groups of bystanders and various victims in the forest close to a simulated forest fire. To support the firefighters of Altdorf, we utilized 2 drones to help combat the fire inform bystanders about the situation, and locate victims in need of assistance. The forest fire has started. Our large drone departs from the fire station immediately upon activation of the fire alarm. This large drone operates in conjunction with a smaller one, which navigates close to the ground. Working together, the two drones were able to confirm the exact location of the forest fire. The drone's video feeds, along with the fire's coordinates, are then transmitted to the commander's tablet. The small drone then identified a group of people blocking the road to the fire. The small drone successfully assigned a communication task to the larger drone. Thanks to their collaboration, the incoming firefighters were granted unobstructed access to the fire as the bystanders cleared the way. Next, the small drone scouted the area for bystanders and victims. It located two more groups. The larger drone promptly informed them about the situation. Our two drones worked together to locate the first victim who was stabbed to death. The agile little drone can effortlessly navigate even the most difficult routes. The second victim is identified. Upon identifying the victim's location, our large drone promptly activated its powerful spotlight to precisely mark the victim's position and aid the firefighters in their rescue efforts. Thanks to the coordinated efforts of our drones and the firefighters on the ground, the second victim was swiftly located and safely rescued. After carefully preparing the rescue operation, the firefighters were able to safely retrieve the first victim with the assistance of our drones. The last victim was hiding under a large log only a few meters away from fire trucks. Without the support of our drones, the firefighters would not have been able to find this person.
In the video, you will have noticed that there was a drone operator or drone officer who was using a tablet to interact with the drone. I just wanted to show you very quickly what was presented on the tablet. So of course, they were seeing the picture that was taken by the one drone and the other drone also as a thermal picture. And then there was messages that they were receiving from the drones, which were indicating what is happening with the drones. And we had also a priority list, which was suggesting what things should be done one after another. And of course, they could adapt the priority list. After the trial, we conducted interviews with firefighters and the bystanders to understand what was particularly important for them during this operation and how they assessed the interaction with the drones. We coded the statements, and now I will present a couple of those specific insights to you and implications for design. For instance, one of the aspects were the lights and visual signals, which were considered quite effective way for location of victims to the firefighters, and also bystanders were quite positive about it. So they could follow where it is and what can be done. And they were saying you could see well what is there and where. What are the implications of that? Well, the use of light for indicating urgency, types of task, required action, and distributing comments to the crew is pretty effective. They were all in favor of that. However, they were also suggesting that using Faraday signals, for instance blue light, to indicate affiliation with the emergency services would even help more. Another topic which was very relevant for participants were the audio announcements, which you could see in the video. On the one hand, the firefighters were saying, well, this is actually great. They were surprised that drones can do it and that people could interact with the drone. However, bystanders were less positive about it. They were saying, for instance, it wasn't clear to whom these comments were directed and who should behave the way that was advised by the drone. What are the implications on that? Well, on the one hand, you could try to resolve the ambiguity of the voice comments, adding additional interaction mechanisms in parallel. Also, it was commented that having the knowledge of the affiliation of the drone before an announcement comes would make it more reliable and trustable. Another topic which emerged very relevant to firefighters was reducing the decision burden and information overload. You must know that during a normal operation, there are many information which are being exchanged between firefighters. Much of this information is actually reaching the commander, and they have to make many decisions which have to be taken very fast. And the commander actually was really in favor of a drone, and he wished that it would make clear suggestions of what could be done so that they can just say, yes, this is right, or no, this is not right. However, one of the firefighters actually was saying, well, it might be the risk that you would just confirm this decision or accept information by the drone without reflecting on that. And sometimes it might be necessary actually to go again and maybe search for a victim which wasn't found by the drone. What are the implications of this? Well, on the one hand, it would be wishful for the drone to make suggestions and provide selectable options. On the other hand, just to make sure that no information gets lost, it would be necessary that you combine this information from the drone with information coming from firefighters or your knowledge about the situation. Finally, many of the firefighters were considering implications of using drones for their team structure as a firefighting brigades and configuration of the situation. On the one hand, a drone officer was mentioning, well, it was really positive, and he was commenting on the topic of information coming really quickly and decisions that can be made. On the other hand, there was a commander who was saying, well, I was missing a better feeling of what the drone can do and what it cannot do. And this is very important because only this way they were claiming they could build up trust, which is quite relevant in firefighting situations to make sure that you know what the others can do and you can rely on them. What are the implications? Well, there is more training necessary, and this is not a training just of the firefighters, but also of the drone itself. It should know the existing rules, practices, and behaviors of the firefighting brigade. On the other hand, we found out that the idea of introducing a drone officer who keeps control of drones used in the operation is actually a very good step. Many of the people were saying, well, this drone officer was quite central, especially for translation between the commander and the drone, or the drones in this case. Overall, one can say there are many different aspects which need to be considered when designing a drone or a system of drones for use during firefighting operations. On the one hand, those are the aspects of interaction between humans and a drone. Our drone was using light and announcements, but one could also consider, for instance, proactively talking to a drone for information. On the other hand, there are those important aspects of how the drone can be integrating into a functioning firefighting brigade. Our solutions were primarily related to introducing the drone operator, or drone officer as we call them, and on the other hand, to make sure that the drone provides the right information at the right time. I hope I could make the topic of drones and firefighting interesting to you, and I thank you for your attention and hope to see you at SIGCHI.